Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. So, you want to be meatheads ready to get swole? You want to go from, is that a muscle? To, excuse me sir, but I think you're blocking the sunlight with your biceps. Don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we'll dive into everything you need to build muscle like a pro. No, you don't need a special magic serum or superhero genes, just a bit of science, consistency, and maybe a protein shake or two. Today, we'll discuss the important things you need to know when it comes to building muscle. Now, enough wasting time. Let's get started. All right, first things first. Let's talk diet. Now, before you go off and start eating every chicken breast and protein bar you can find, we need to talk about the basics. Yes, you need protein, but there's more to it. Trust me, if you've ever tried to build muscle with a bro diet of just chicken and rice, you know it's not sustainable, and it'll make your stomach wish it could go into hiding. So, when you're building muscle, you want to make sure you're in a slight caloric surplus. In other words, you need to eat more than you burn. It's like trying to fill a bathtub with a garden hose. If the water's draining out as fast as you're putting it in, you're not going to get that muscle water where it needs to be. This surplus doesn't need to be crazy. A couple hundred calories over maintenance is enough to fuel muscle growth, but calories are just the beginning. What you eat matters more than how much you eat. To keep it simple, you'll need 3 macronutrients. First, you'll need protein. This is the holy grail of muscle growth. Think of protein as the bricks and mortar of your muscle house. Without enough of it, you could become skinnier than a stick. Aim for around 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Chicken, beef, fish, eggs, tofu, lentils and protein powders are your best friends here. Opt for complex carbs like whole grains, sweet potatoes and legumes to keep that energy steady. Lastly, remember to eat fats. Healthy fats are crucial for hormone production, especially testosterone, the muscle-building king. Plus, they help with joint health, which we'll get into later. Aim for fats from sources like avocado, olive oil, nuts and fatty fish. So yes, your diet should look something like this. Lean protein, solid carbs and healthy fats. But you don't have to meal prep like a robot. Just keep things balanced. A good rule of thumb, half your plate should be carbs and veggies, a quarter protein and the rest fat. And if you're tracking macros, just remember, consistency is key. You don't need to be perfect, but try to hit those numbers most of the time. All right, now that you know what to feed your muscles, let's talk about how to train them. Because guess what, idiot? You can't just eat your way to a muscular physique. Muscle needs resistance to grow. So you're probably asking, what kind of workouts will give me the gains I need? Let me break it down for you. The key is to challenge your muscles in different ways, and that means a mix of compound movements, progressive overload, and consistency. Compound exercises. These are your best friends. Squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses, rows. These movements recruit multiple muscle groups at once. You're not just building a single muscle, you're making your entire body stronger. They're the foundation of your workout program. Isolation exercises. After those big heavy lifts, throw in some isolation work to target specific muscles. Think bicep curls, tricep extensions or leg curls. These will help you add definition and bring out the detail in your muscles. Now don't go overboard with isolation work. You're not trying to turn into a human pretzel with 300 different movements for your biceps. Stick to the basics and use isolation exercises as accessories to your main lifts. Next, let's talk about progressive overload. It sounds like a term straight out of a sci-fi novel, but it's actually pretty simple. Progressive overload is the process of gradually increasing the resistance or intensity of your workouts. This could mean adding more weight, more reps, or more sets over time. You can't expect to build muscle if you're lifting the same weight every single workout. That's like trying to get faster by running the same pace every day. To grow, your muscles need to be constantly challenged. Start light, progress slowly, and don't be afraid to increase the weight once you feel you can handle it. Your muscles won't grow if they're never given a reason to. And don't forget about the tempo of your lifts. Slowing down the eccentric phase, that's the lowering part of the lift, increases muscle tension, which equals greater muscle growth. Eccentric muscle contractions put the most stress on muscle, resulting in the most effective way to build muscle. Make sure to not rush through your sets. Slow it down and try to feel the burn as much as possible. Now, you might think that more is always better when it comes to working out, but hold your horses, friend. Overtraining is a real thing, and it'll slow down your progress faster than a sloth on a treadmill. First, let's talk frequency. For most people, 3 to 5 days of weightlifting a week is the sweet spot. This allows you to work each muscle group enough without overtaxing your body. You could do full body workouts 3 days a week, or split your training into upper and lower body sessions, or push-pull splits. Whatever works for you, just don't feel the need to train every single day. Your muscles need rest to grow. As for timing, it's not too important. Science says that as long as you're consistent and train with intensity, the time of day doesn't matter much. But if you're aiming for peak performance, studies show that strength and power tend to be highest in the late afternoon or evening when your body is more awake and fueled. Personally, I'd recommend getting your workout in whenever you feel the most energized. But if you're hitting it at 6 a.m., make sure you have a little snack beforehand, like a banana or a protein shake, to fuel that muscle growth. All right, time to get a little nerdy. Don't worry, this isn't a biology lecture. We're just going to hit the main points. When you lift weights, you're actually causing tiny tears in your muscle fibers. Yes, moron, you're literally breaking your muscles. But here's the cool part. Those fibers repair and grow back bigger and stronger. This is called muscle hypertrophy. Your body needs protein to rebuild those fibers, and that's why a good diet is crucial. But here's where it gets interesting. You don't just build muscle when you're in the gym. You build muscle when you're resting and eating. So don't think you can just lift and forget about recovery. The muscle building process is a 24/7 gig. All right, so you've trained hard. Now it's time for recovery. Without recovery, all that lifting is like trying to plant seeds and never watering them. Sleep is huge. I know your fat ass wants to binge watch Netflix until 2 a.m., but you need sleep for muscle recovery. Aim for 7 to 9 hours per night. Your body works overtime during those deep sleep cycles to repair muscles, synthesize proteins and balance your hormones. Active recovery also plays a role. Stretching, yoga, or even light cardio can keep blood flowing to your muscles and reduce soreness. Foam rolling is another good one for improving mobility and reducing muscle tightness. And of course, proper nutrition after your workout is key. A post-workout meal or shake rich in protein and carbs will help kickstart the recovery process and refuel those muscles. Aim for something like a protein shake with a banana or a chicken wrap with some whole grains. So there you have it. To build muscle, you need the right diet, a solid workout plan, proper recovery, and a little bit of patience. Remember, muscle building is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep it consistent, challenge your muscles, feed them right, and let your body recover. If you do all that, you're well on your way to becoming the swole legend you've always dreamed of. And if you want to find out about the foods you need to avoid to build muscle, make sure to click on the video in the end screen. Stay consistent, stay healthy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more health tips.